Starting. Oh, there it is. We're live. That's right. It's Thursday, the new evening for Attack of the Androids. Matt Lee, Eric Finkenbro coming at you. attackoftheandroids.com/live. That's where you can watch these every time we do them. Uri time, Eric. Uri time.
Uri time?
Uri time. All the
Nice.
time. Uri time. So, yeah. I hope you all enjoy the show.
Dog chat.
Dog chat.
For centuries, we've been warned about little green men. Now, they are coming. They're coming for you. Prepare for the attack of the android.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Thursday, March 26, 2015. This is episode 152, Attacking the Androids. Matt Lee, Eric Finkenmeaner. What's up, Eric?
Not much. Good evening and good morning to you.
Morning, good evening, and good night, depending on where you are when you're listening to this. AttackingTheAndroids.com, that's the website, /live. You can watch this for the whole week. It's just right there, playing ad infinitum, just looping. Good. And there's chat room right there on Freenode, pound AOTA. So, first things first, Eric.
Yeah.
What is this lazy board?
Oh God.
Tell me about the lazy board app for when you're keyboard.
When you that was mine too.
Oh,
I mean,
whoa! I thought that was from their site. Damn,
No.
Eric. I like that.
Just a little creative flair.
You're getting really good at that.
Yeah, I try. Maybe we'll integrate that into the show notes or something.
Yeah, no, that's yeah.
So
Spice it up.
I'm not keyboard with this keyboard. It's a very, very simplified keyboard that only has what am I looking at? 10 options.
You know what it reminds me of, and here I'll do a little screen share for you all just right
Please
off the
do.
bat. Just starting the game strong here. So what it reminds me of is is it called stenography? Is that the court typist thing? Stenography? Not
yeah.
stenography, but okay. So it reminds me if stenographers typed in like emoji, not emoji, but what's the? It's not leet speak, but it's like cool, nice, lol, damn, like
Yeah,
short.
it's like Reddit or 4chan speak.
4Chanese, if you will.
4chanese.
4Chanese.
Attorney 4chanese, I think.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, yeah, as the example here shows, you can easily and quickly type out a message that says, cool, nice, damn, la 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 la, weird, smiley, weird face, oh, okay, thanks.
I like that they have lel in there too.
Now, what
That's
is
special.
lel? I must just miss that class. What is lel? Is that
I
like
think it's
lol?
yeah, it's like lol, but like if you're trolling somebody, I'm not entirely
Laughing
certain either.
extremely loud? Like,
I think it's that could very well be it. I love these smileys though.
your jokes aren't funny. Ha 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 ha. Is that what? This is a dumb story. I'm glad it's
It's not dumb. Do you know how
Well-
much time I'm gonna save when I'm texting people?
a lot. A lot.
I'm
I
just gonna lol.
know. Lol. Ha ha ha.
Every chat between you and I is just gonna consist of things on this keyboard.
Well, that's almost, I would say, more challenging than speaking in emoji. And we're getting pretty good, I want to say, at speaking in emoji.
Oh yeah. See that should be the Attack of the Androids app. Is an emoji keyboard, an emoji only keyboard.
Emoji only keyboard. I like that. There's a lot of possibility there.
I mean,
Ha.
how do you express lel in emoji though? That's
I think they did it right here with that face. It's the two like
Oh,
You know,
okay.
you have to be watching to get what I just. It's that.
Yeah, it's great audio. Yeah, just
Ha ha ha
imagine in your mind.
ha 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 ha. Okay. Well,
That
you can
tickles.
get this in the App Store, so that's pretty slick.
It's free, and you know what? I installed it, and it did not ask for any permissions.
Or
So
crash? Did it crash?
no, it didn't crash. It's a, I mean, it's not that like complicated of an app. It's
No, you think you could do a little better?
I don't know. I don't have a lot of motivation, so
You have a lot of elite skill programming coder hack
that's
hack
right.
hack cred
My keyboard's gonna have a dragon and a cat.
and light up.
That's right.
Right, what's up now?
It's
What?
gonna simulate that, like the really nice keyboards, how they light up. It's just gonna simulate that with the little neon boxes around each letter
And
when it's dark out.
each letter will have a specific tone attached to it, so as you type, it's like ha 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 ha. That would be awesome.
A lot of good ideas here.
A lot of good ideas tonight. Just feeling them rolling out, just cooking them up, just letting them out there. Hopefully, one day, Lazy Keyboard will incorporate ha 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 tones into their typing app.
Version 2.0.
Let's talk about an app that I enjoy, as I know you do, Google Keep, getting updated with some recurring reminders and labels. So not only can you get reminded, but you can get reminded in a more organized manner. So definitely cool there.
Do you know what they mean by labels?
I feel like it's like folders, but that's how Google does their labels, right? I mean, it's in Gmail labels. It's just like folders.
Okay.
I don't know, though. I haven't gotten into this yet. Let's see.
Yeah, 'cause I noticed it was a little confusing to me because I've always been you've been able to label your, like give a title, let's say, to your little note in Keep. Um, so I was not immediately clear what the hell they were talking about. Perhaps they meant color coding?
That
Not
would
sure.
be a label.
A label of sorts. The recurring notification thing though is it's neat. A little confused. Like doesn't that kind of compete with? Well, maybe it doesn't compete with, but like in Inbox you have the ability to create reminders and things like that. Does that, in your experience, automatically go into Note? I mean, or automatically go into Keep?
Yeah. You're talking like if I'm like, hey, when I'm at the store, remind me to do this or whatever. When I'm by my office, remind me to, like, location based, or are you saying like recurring?
No, just anything. Like I don't use Inbox. I got really irritated with it. But one thing I did
Yeah,
like is that
I stopped using it too because it kept crashing. And Gmail
yeah.
kind of crashes every now and again too. I notice certain emails just it doesn't like, it, and then it crashes. But then it's like, okay, I dropped the ball. I got my shit together. Now I'm okay. Here's your email. I
Well,
don't.
in Inbox, I don't know if other folks have used it or not. You can add reminders to yourself there. You can pin reminders and things like
Yeah,
that.
I like that functionality to, like, I'm at work now. Remind me when I get home to check this email. But I just leave all that stuff in my inbox, and when I get to it, I get to it. I don't know. It's not mission critical.
Yeah, it seems like a nice feature, but something that they were just trying to like they're trying to convince the hoarder not to hoard.
I'd like to see a little more stability before features like this are added. That's just me. Can't speak for everyone. So
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a jerk.
maybe I'm being
I
an
like
asshole.
stability.
Maybe it's me. I don't know. I just know when I open up an app, I like to open, not open, and then close.
Well, Keep is very stable. So if folks out there are wondering, should I use this note-taking app versus something like Evernote?
Keep.google.com, and
Yep.
you should probably use it because it's good. It's really good, actually. I like it. I stopped.
And
I uninstalled Evernote because I just need Keep.
yeah, so did I.
You could say actually that I did not keep Evernote. So, moving on. Don't you dare. Hey, Microsoft CyanogenMod. I heard some. Ooh. ReadWrite.com is down for the count.
Oh, really?
And wait, 502 bad gateway. The server returned an invalid response. That wasn't the response I was looking for. Nope. Nope.
So the error message made sense.
Here we go. No, it's back. We're back. No,
Okay.
now it's an error. Can I screen share this? Can you guys want to see this? Check this out. Yikes, an error. Should we all email bugs@readwrite.com and tell them you should fix your error? Let's see if it...
Yeah, let's do that. That'll be helpful.
Hold on, let's refresh. Nope.
Jeez.
Well, that's fine. Just roll out your updates like right in the middle of the show that we're trying to read from your site with. That's just fine. We'll just skip over that. What I was going to say is that I heard somewhere that's like some animosity brewing. Oh, Microsoft and Cyanogen just like feeding each other into like, I feel like almost a Google assassination attempt. Is that? I know those harsh words, but
yeah, your inflammatory speech.
Blasphemy. Blasphemous speech.
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot going on with CyanogenMod right now. Like the whole Cyanogen Microsoft thing, where people thought that they were going to be part of that $80 million investment round, and they weren't. Now Forbes is suggesting that maybe the deal that was on the deal that's still going to happen is a replacement of, like, you know how you normally get the Google apps. You have Google Maps, Gmail, you have Google Search built in. They're saying that it will be Microsoft and Google. It will be Microsoft paying CyanogenMod to have their apps pre-installed on Cyanogen phones. And then I guess
load them up, because you can't trust people to find their own apps. You got to preload them.
Yeah.
That is prime consumer real estate, Eric.
It is, and that's why people are, like, that's why they're getting investment from people like Twitter and all these other companies, because Google's been running this show, and there are chinks in the armor now to where other companies are like, well, hey, if there's a successful alternative where I can have Twitter be a default option on these phones, or I can have Twitter integrated into the operating system at a deeper level, why wouldn't I do that?
Is that necessary? What is that? What is the benefit of that besides Twitter getting hooks into more of your stuff? I mean, I don't. The app's not good enough. You need a more coherent experience. You want it in your brain. What are we doing?
Who knows? I mean, it could have something to do with what do you call it, like photo support, like just being like, I take a picture, I tweet it right away. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but I can see why a business would say, I can see why Cyanogen would look like a good idea to some of these businesses, which is why they're investing.
It is interesting too, because it's a complete shift to the opposite. Like before, we were all like, please Google, like, rein this shit in. Smack these carriers bitches up, like, get your shit together and run some shit, please. And now we're like, okay. I mean, I personally don't have a pony in this race one way or the other. I was a fan of CM before, back when Android sucked and Cyanogen was the bomb digs. Mm-hmm. But now, I don't know. I feel like they haven't. I mean, they do have cool stuff, but I guess just the amount of hassle it is to get it on the phones, on the carriers that we're using, is just not worth it anymore. It used to be worth it because it was all out there, and I mean, I'm sure I can find CM for the Verizon Moto X. It just, I haven't had a necessity to anymore like I used to.
I agree. I will say that running CyanogenMod on my last phone on the Oppo for nearly a year and a half, it was great. like I like CyanogenMod still, but there isn't like a killer feature or a killer app that they've come out with which is making me switch over from what I have on my Moto X.
Yeah.
But that being said, they got a lot of cool people that they're hiring. Like these are very creative people too. I want them to keep going. I want this rhetoric to keep happening, like the whole putting a bullet in Google's head. Like
that's what's up, right? That's so crazy. That's
I think you need it.
We're gonna roll up. We're gonna cut the cord, and we're gonna put one in you. Put you down. Dig the hole first.
Yeah, I think this is Kurt McMaster.
It's getting
their
real.
CEO.
Shit's definitely.
Go ahead, Matt.
No, shit's getting real.
If anybody's curious to get a primer, if you will, like a huge in-depth look at what's going on with Cyanogen, I'll put a link in the show notes to the XDA developers article called "Building the Machine: Cyanogen's Corporate War." It's really good. It talks a little bit about where they came from, the players involved, how much money they have, and the current possible future partnerships. This is definitely a company to watch, especially if you're into Android. This is possibly where a lot of innovation is going to come from in the future.
I like the one of the comments on the article by Will Tisdale. He says this stance could be harmful to the development community as it could ultimately result in Google closing more parts of Android and reducing the value of AOSP without Google apps, or at the extremes, just not releasing any further complete versions of Android to AOSP. He says then they'd be stuffed, but so would the rest of the custom ROM community. So something to think.
I don't know about that. Google is closing it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what we've seen over the past 2 years.
Yeah.
They're basically deprecating AOSP. We've seen every once in a while we'll get an update to some of these default apps, like the email app. But for the most part, Google is putting their time and effort into the Google App Suite. They're not putting it into any of the default apps that come with AOSP. So I would argue that we need somebody like Cyanogen who is concentrated 100% on the open source aspect of Android. Google's great, and they do some really cool stuff, and I love the updates that they're making, but the updates that they're making are updates now to Google Play services. They're updates to their apps.
Which is interesting, because when those first split, we were like, yeah, that's good, because then we don't have to rely so much on carriers pushing out updates, because Google can just update the parts it needs to. But the other side to that is that now Google can also then shut that shit down.
Exactly, and I don't think that
is that being evil?
It's maybe.
Whose moral compass are we calibrated by here?
Yeah, they're not. Google does a lot of good things, but I wouldn't go 100% all in that they are doing everything for the good of AOSP. They're doing everything for the good of Google's version of Android.
Which, as I guess a corporation, you almost have to appease shareholders. So all right,
it makes sense.
This is kind of cool. Hands-on with the Blue Android Police, the Blue Studio X Plus, exclusively from Best Buy. What's up with that? Just here, you only for now.
I think it's because what's the point? Who else would carry these?
Yeah, Blue. The internet. I don't know. They announced this back at CES. A handful of upcoming devices that were basically slated to hit shelves here pretty soon, and now they are in Best Buy shelves. The sleek and thin Vivo Air, and then the Studio Energy, 5-inch, 1.3 quad, 512 RAM. Damn, you guys. I mean, Studio G. The key is $100, right? $100.
Sure.
coming out
But
with 442 with Lollipop later this year.
it's $100, but what are you getting for? I mean, like, what are you getting for that $100 in comparison
Phone?
to something like
You're
a Moto
getting-
E?
Yeah, the E doesn't have a micro SD card slot though.
Yes, it does.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, up to 32 gigs.
Ooh, well,
So
you're gonna need it with this one because it only comes with 4 gigs of internal storage. So it says Lollipop. I don't know if that's actually gonna fit.
I think the only thing on the internal drive is going to be the operating system.
Makes sense. So then everything will be run from the SD.
Yep. So you better hope and pray that your apps have support for move to SD.
Yeah. Because that's going to fill up real quick. Then the Studio X Plus, of course, 5.5-inch, 1.3 quad core, 1 gig of RAM, getting a little bit more, and double that hard drive space, taking it from 4 all the way up to 8. Oh, that's awesome. With, of course, micro SD card slot and 600 more milliamps worth of battery. So
that's a lot of amps.
2,000 to 2,600 for $149, extra $49.
I can see getting one of these as a travel phone, and only a travel phone, because they also have dual SIM capabilities.
That's handy.
Yeah, which, I mean, on Android, I think, if I remember right, like the dual SIM support is kind of spotty, so like that could still be a problem. But having 2 SIMs, I mean, I used to have a dual SIM phone when I worked for JP Morgan, and it made traveling a lot easier. So I can see why this would be good.
Not bad for the price. Backup burner.
Yeah,
Moto E's I mean, that's pretty much the alternative, right? The G or the E.
Yeah, that's who they're competing with, I think. Or I think the better option, honestly, if this is your price point, go on Swappa or something and get a nice used phone. Because you can probably get like last year's model. Oh, well, actually, I didn't throw it in the dock because I wasn't sure if the sale would still be going, but there's a sale going on right now where you can get the developer edition of the Moto X 2013 edition for $199.
What? Someone should get that for me.
Right.
Will it work on Verizon?
I don't think it will. Actually, it might. It's the unlocked version. Here, let me talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to see if I can find this article.
Well, while you're doing that, Amazon Cloud Drive now coming up with some unlimited storage space for you, $59.99 a year, and limitless photos for $11.99. Kind of cool. Amazon pretty much excuse me, turning into like just storage king, right? They got like the Glacier for long-term super cheap storage, like pennies cheap, right? Assuming you don't need to access it very often. Of course, all of the cloud disk stuff and everything. But then, yeah, this is kind of cool. Putting it into perspective, Android Police writing, Dropbox Pro is $9.99 a month, $100 a year for a terabyte of storage. If you want that to be unlimited, you need a business account. Google Drive up to 30 terabytes, but it's like $300 a month. Microsoft unlimited storage space, but only if you have an Office 365 subscription. So I have a terabyte of drive space. I don't use Dropbox that much, so my Dropbox always like fills up because people share crap with me, and then I'm like, can you not share that with me, or I'm gonna delete it because I'm running out of my 6.5 gigs worth of space. But Drive, I feel like I got a good deal when I got my Chromebook. It was like a terabyte for like $10 a year, maybe. I don't know.
Oh my
it was
God.
because I was doing $5 a year for the 30 gigs, which was like the super old plan. and I just held on to that. But then I saw that one, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. But yeah,
I think I got 1 terabyte for free for 2 years with the Pixel. It's I just use Drive for everything now. But looking at this, when I see this article, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm going to switch to Amazon. I'm thinking this is going to drive down prices for Drive
right, and Dropbox
and Dropbox. Everybody, but
and OneDrive.
specifically Drive because that's what I use.
Right, definitely.
I found a link, by the way, to that deal. It is still going on, and
chat.
it is it's Verizon and GSM unlocked.
Ooh.
So $199 free shipping for a brand new Moto X Developer Edition 32 gigabytes. That's a hell of a deal. I'm tempted to buy one personally, but I'm not going to because I'm very fiscally responsible.
Oh, and I guess if you have Prime on Amazon, you get unlimited photo storage. I don't really use Amazon. Like, I have Prime now.
Really?
Of where I live, I had to order like my desk and everything, and but yeah, I never got into their ecosystem as far as like the most maybe is watching Prime on demand videos because they do have some stuff Netflix doesn't have. What I don't like though is that they'll give you like 1 or 2 seasons and then the rest you have to pay if you want to stream them. They're not all Amazon Prime compatible, which is dumb, but
yeah, it's a little irritating. Prime is one of those things that, like in my mind, like I'm still just when I pay for it, I'm still paying for the shipping benefit.
pretty
all
much.
the other stuff is
Yeah.
perks. But they're coming out with like original programming, just like Netflix. The Man in the High Tower, I think we're going to see that next year. And if you haven't seen that pilot episode, that's amazing. Like that show is going to be outstanding.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the book?
Negative.
Okay, maybe a quick book pick. Man in the High Tower. It's alternate history story of what if the Nazis had won the war and the Japanese had won World War II, and they've split up the United States. The West goes to Japan. The East goes to Germany. So this happens, I think, like 20 years after the war ends. It's interesting. So it's the show adaptation though was outstanding.
Well, that's cool. While we're doing book picks, I finished what I was reading now. I'm moving on to Mark Rusinovich's new Rogue Code. If you're familiar with those, they were like Zero Day was the first one, and then I think Trojan Horse. And then if you found his stuff online, like Mark Rusinovich worked, he was like a Microsoft coder or whatever. He does some apps and everything. So all of his code speak in the books is like spot on, and everything that's happening, I don't know, really good books, really, really awesome, like really possible scenarios, and he knows his stuff, so it's really scary possible. Kind of like Suarez and Freedom TM and Damon, but kind of more realistic and real life. But yeah, it's another Jeff Aiken novel if you're familiar with Trojan Horse and Zero Day. All same characters. So yeah, loving it on my Kindle. Loving it.
And as a Martian fan, did you see the news? Did you see the news this week of
About the movie?
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah.
Eric, I'm gonna save money and I'm gonna fly to where you are and we're gonna go see this together.
Hey, you got a free place to stay.
Nice. thejamhole.com/donate. So when I say I'm going to save money, I mean you're all going to send me money. No, that would be cool though. I am
become the weed wizard and use your weed money.
I know.
Oh God. What do you want to talk about next?
Paycheck. Let's talk about getting me a paycheck. No. Let's see. They did also mention about like the price difference, I guess. If you have Prime, you're paying $100 a year, right? So if you just want the photo capability, that allows you to do that now without having to pay for Prime, which was kind of interesting, I thought. Just adding
$12 a year is great.
All sorts of like business models to like, oh, well, if you don't want all of it, we'll sell you a piece of it. How about just this? Yeah. And also the Polici Chthonic Chronicles on Amazon Music Locker. So check that out.
Is that a monthly thing?
No? Oh, I don't know. But you can just get it on Amazon if that's where you get your music.
Oh, that's good.
Eric, is the OnePlus a hashtag game changer?
If this is the news, I'm not so sure.
Are we
Do you,
changing the game?
do you remember like the assumption was like a few weeks ago, like they said like a game changer is coming, and everybody's thinking, oh my God, they're gonna make a console, and like
Because
the
the
Nvidia.
word because the word game was in it?
Well, I think there was also like a picture that
Uh,
went with it. So people. I'm looking it up right now, but
the gaming drone. So like we're playing Top Gun or like what game are we playing? Spy on Our Neighbors? Leisure Suit Larry?
okay here. Oh God, now that would be amazing.
Right.
Yeah, so the pictures that went with it, like it was like OnePlus start a new game hashtag one game changer. Like I think you could see that and say, okay, they're like the other one is for the fun of it, one game changer. Like you can think that, oh, this could be a console of some sort, but no, like unless they're completely screwing with us. On Reddit they did like an Ask Me Anything, and one of the OnePlus reps said it's a drone. Like
nah,
like a parrot AR drone. Like it's a drone you can fly around. What the hell?
you can't build up the hype machine like that and then be all like, it's a drone.
Yeah, this here was it's a drone, the DR-1, and we will start selling it next month. There's a lot of questioning as to whether they're just trolling everybody.
Huh. Wouldn't it be awesome if it was a drone that like attached to your NES and it actually like changed games as a game changer? Like that would be trolling. They see me
Yes.
trolling. They hate me. Oh man, that'd be so awesome.
That's a great idea. Like
Thank you can
it
call
puts
it
the games in the console for me.
the
Game
new
changer,
game
literally.
changer. It's a game changer. For real. No, really. Like that's all it does. It's just a game changer.
Yeah, maybe it's a cultural thing, and they think that all of April is April Fools instead of just the first.
Okay, you guys, hold on. Let me explain how this works.
Yeah,
For
let
those
me
of
explain
you
April Fool's Day.
who are familiar with this, they
Yeah,
see.
it's like, no, we one up them. We did April Fools before anybody else.
Nah, we win.
Well, let's see. Let's see what happens with this. It would be hilarious to me if this were true.
They see me trolling. Step 1, check to see if you're being trolled. Step 2, refer to step 1.
Are you gonna buy it?
No, no. I'm actually heading into festival season, so yeah.
Everybody needs a drone at the festival.
Yeah, I feel like when I'm at a festival, when Swim goes to a festival, like operating airborne machinery, it's not what he's trying to accomplish. I don't know. It'd be fun. They had a drone at the last fair. There's a really cool video somebody put up of like the barter fair grounds of like everyone all dressed up, and yeah, it's pretty fun. Pretty cool.
Nice. You know what else is pretty cool, Matt?
Ooh, hit me. What is it?
An Ingress TV show.
Oh, what?
How'd you know? Get out of my head.
In the vein of Silicon Valley, or is this like a docudrama? Is this a bromo? Like, what are we talking here?
I'm gonna guess high fantasy.
Ooh.
Orcs.
You had
and
me at
ingresses.
high. And ingresses. Ingression. Lots of ingression.
I think this makes sense. There's a lot of like, isn't the whole Ingress thing is like what?
They've been doing it. Like all the Suzanne Moyer, like the whole thing is scripted like a TV show. Like I'm surprised it's been this long. I guess.
So put it on TV.
Put it on TV. We're gonna
makes
put it
sense.
on glass, but that didn't happen. So now we're gonna put it on TV. The glass that you are all in front of. The TV.
So don't you think though that the people that would watch this like would just watch it on YouTube? Like that's
Like
the one part I
like
don't
they've been
understand.
doing like this
Yeah.
whole time. Yeah,
So
probably.
what's the
It's
play here?
because okay, you have the people, right? The people that are playing the game, and then you have everybody else, right? So everybody else is maybe not on YouTube or involved in the game or knows what the game is. So you put it on the screen everyone's in front of. You get the word out, and
Okay.
people see the TV show. Check this out. When me and you were kids,
Check it.
when check it. When we were kids, when your TV show came on,
Sure.
what'd you do? You went and got the toys from the TV show, and then you played along with the TV show.
But
You are
you have to move around with Ingress.
right, but the
It's like
grab
my TV.
watching it. No, what they are going to show you is going to influence how a whole new generation of Ingress players dress and talk and act when they play, because this is going to give them a standard. This is going to show them what Ingress reality can be when they go out and play. So they're going to go out and they were going to LARP so hard, Eric. Eric, I met people that play Ingress here. They LARP so hard. Just saying.
So Matley is like super high right now.
I'm just saying. That makes sense. I'm not that high. Come on.
It makes sense, but it could make sense. It kind of doesn't make that much sense to me though. Like
They're going to show this game in a way that maybe people didn't think of, or that shows it being fun, and then everyone's going to see that and be like, what is this? And they're going to look at it and they want to go play. They're going to make it like the Matrix, and everyone's going to go get trench coats and do bullet dodge time Instagrams. I'm just saying.
Everybody's going to be a robot. It's okay, so let's back up for a second, because perhaps we're not explaining this. Maybe this is why they need a TV show.
This is what
Ingress
for. Explain it, Eric.
Ingress is a game that Google came out with a couple of years ago, and it is sort of like an augmented reality. It's where you walk around with your phone.
Ingress?
Well, you tell me, you Ingress dummy.
It's a way of life, bro.
It's a lifestyle choice.
Ingress is a lifestyle choice. Ingress is not a crime. It's a lifestyle choice. But yeah.
And then you get on. It's basically like Google Maps with sci-fi crap overlaid on it. And you go somewhere, and you're like you go somewhere on your Google Maps, and it's just like I gotta hack this. I gotta hack the node. So you hack the node.
You could just as easily create one that was based in like 10th century, and like they're castles, and you gotta like hack the castles. You don't hack. What do? Storm this castle. I've stormed so many castles today. I've got all these badges, these medals. Do you play still? Are you?
No, because I really don't live in places where it happens. I don't know. I haven't really tried it here. I could try it. This is sort of a small city, so
Sure.
I could probably walk around as long as I tether my phone to myself, because I can totally see somebody jacking my phone because I'm walking around like this.
So Google's partnering with Sean Daniel Company, and that's who's going to make the TV show based on the game, with producers, quote, in talks with candidates to serve as its showrunner.
Huh.
No one runs a show like you and me, so, I mean, look no further, Google.
I mean, I think we just proved it that we can be successful with this.
Where does
Crossover
it-
episode.
Where
The
does
English
it
people go back in time. Storm
Right?
Castle.
Storm the castle. Where does it stop? Can't stop,
It
won't
does.
stop.
Storm dinosaurs? Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. Remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time? Yeah. 65 billion years ago. Back in time.
We're going to Japan.
Gonna go get Slash. Rocksteady. Bebop. It is just a rumor, of course, but they say the info is sure to note that this, quote, doesn't appear to reflect a broader move into film or TV production by Google, and that Google, quote, isn't particularly interested in cashing in on Ingress' worldwide audience, instead viewing the TV show as a deeper extension into the game's hybrid reality fictional world and a way to provide a more intimate connection with its players. Oh yeah.
So we're not
Awesome.
gonna see keep the TV show like Lost.
Now, I've played Ingress. I've played with other players. The connection's as deep as it needs to be. Okay. You don't need to get any deeper. It's cool. It's fun. It kills time. It helped me learn things.
What did it help you learn?
Well, when I noticed that this whole town was blue, I hopped on the comms and I was like, hey, I just moved here. Where the F do I eat at? And they were like, oh, go eat at the bowling alley. It's got great breakfast. I was like,
What?
Well, yeah.
Well, that's amazing.
Real life intel from people that live in here because I'm on their team.
And they know that, and you know that they're your kind of people too.
That's right, because we all play Ingress.
It takes a special kind.
I don't know if we mentioned this last week. He was like a retired army officer, and she like works at the hospital or something. And yeah, they like met me and gave me a capsule with level 8 goodies in it, and just gave me the rundown.
A physical capsule?
No.
A virtual capsule.
In the game, there are these things called capsules, and you can put 100
Okay.
things in them and then give them to somebody.
Oh, that's cool.
Lost is dumb. You know what? Because your brother's such a jerk, I'm going to ruin it for him. You want to know what happens at the end?
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's so not cool.
I wouldn't do that. Spoiler alert. Now you want to know what happens at the end?
They're aliens.
I'll tell you, very disappointed.
I wasn't disappointed. I liked it. I liked the ending.
Did you? That whole thing, that wasn't...
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fine.
It was
Fine, moving on.
It was a good film.
Moving on. Indeed, they say the hybrid nature of the game is one of the facets that propelled it to popularity. As users choose sides, it divides the people, which
Red versus blue. Makes
right,
sense.
that's right. Green versus red, and red versus blue, and yeah.
I tend to trust the information on this stuff. They have the money to pay people to be their sources.
Yeah, that's
So,
because
you know.
they charge like $18 per article to read it.
Yeah, it is not a cheap thing.
Hey, that's a great model if it works.
I mean, I think everybody that subscribes to them are journalists.
Yeah, and then they just like regurgitate their biz. That's fine.
Buy my source. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, I
They're
feel like
making money.
we could just do that, but then that wouldn't be very fun.
Yeah.
I'll read you stuff, and then I'll talk to you about it. I'll tell you, this is either dumb or this is cool. We should just call the show the Dumb or Cool Show.
Well, what's the next story? Is it dumb or cool?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Eric. It has to do with Kickstarter, which is cool.
So it's
It
dumb.
has to do with Android, also cool. Has to do with console. That's where in the past we've been promised cool, been delivered. What would you say? Dumb? Ooh, yeah, go get it. He's gonna show us something. I'm on the blue team, and it's either blue or green, MB. So maybe you should. Yeah, no, I'm on the blue team. Resistance. Viva la resistance. What do you got there, Irk?
Yeah, that's an Ouya.
Huh? What's
This is
up?
actually the special edition Kickstarter kind. So
What is that used for?
well, it's cool because it's kind of heavy. So if I have a bunch of stuff and I'm like, you know what? Don't you go nowhere. I set the Ouya on it.
Stuff, don't you blow away in that wind.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. That's pretty cool. That's a good use. I
great.
mean, that's a really good use case. Probably works better doing that than, well, I don't know, plugging things into those ports it has and,
Oh, I
turning-
would never do that.
No.
Why would I do that?
Perish the thought.
Jesus, it holds things down so well. Like I'm already asking. I feel like too much of it.
I like how it has a rounded surface and then a flat surface, so you can either hold things down flat or up against an object. So that's it's got some
Tapered edges.
yeah.
That's,
I mean,
it's
real
nice. I'm not gonna
comfort,
lie.
an ergonomic grip. I feel like you could throw it also. It could be a throwing object.
It's a decent weapon. I'm not gonna lie.
Decent.
I keep it by the door. It holds things. It can hold the door open too.
It
That's
also
amazing.
props the door open. Okay. So
Well, okay, yeah. No more Ouya bashing. It's hurtful.
Yes, that was. Go ahead.
Well, this is another thing.
It's called the Zero.
Zura.
Zura.
Yeah. And it'll happen supposedly because they just hit their goal. With 4 days to go, they've just peaked 200,000.
Thank goodness.
I know.
Goodness. I don't know what I would do if they didn't. I'd probably have to donate some money so they could.
Well, Natalie, let me tell you what.
Let me tell you what first, Eric Finkenbeiner. Listen, what did the Ouya's numbers do? This barely reached its goal of 200,000 with 4 days left. Barely hit it.
Ouya did like millions and stuff. But look, check this out. This is their shtick, is that they have a controller which can put a little, like, it can detect when your finger is above, not just touching. So they're saying, oh, this is great. I know, it's amazing. You don't have to guess where you are on the screen. You just hover and you can tap and yeah. I mean, that doesn't seem too bad to me. It seems like a good idea.
The tech is cool. I don't know how. Is that useful? Yeah, sorry, I'm yawning. Long day.
I think it's useful tech. I just don't know. I mean, look at this. They're running.
That's what I'm saying. Is it useful in this application? Like, it is cool. I could see it having a use. I don't know about playing games. I don't know.
Well, I think it's more for the navigation.
Yeah,
right? I guess for games.
Yeah.
But they're running. The problem is they're running stock Android. So instead of doing like Android TV or something that's made to use like a controller, like a console OS, if you will, or a console skin, they just like vomited Android onto this thing, which is why they need that tech.
Do you think 200,000 will fix that?
Do I think 200,000 will change the thing that they're selling? No.
Yes. No, not enough pivot money? No?
Nope, I don't think so.
Well,
I think that if you really want something, we haven't seen it yet, but I mean we haven't like used it yet, but I would have more faith in the Nvidia Shield console if you really want a gaming console for Android.
And that also gives you access to Play Store, right, with all the games? Because that's one thing they're doing, is saying that, you can touch and play all 1 million Android games.
Yep. It outputs 4K. It's running a quad-core 2 GHz processor, and it has 2 gigs of RAM.
I feel like this would suffer from the same issue when trying to game on your tablet. Remember when we all first started doing that? You would experience something called the drift, and it's when your finger would slowly, like, as you were playing, like, it would work its way over to the, like, somewhere not where it needed to be. I feel like doing this, you're going to be hovering over it, but I don't know. Maybe it's cool, maybe I'd have to play it. But
this is
why
like physical.
You would have the drift problem. You're going to be eventually hovering over it and then be off the controller. Maybe it's different because you are holding it, so it kind of holds it in the middle, but I don't know. I need buttons for this tactile,
Virtual buttons suck. Like that
for
has been
navigation, this is cool, I think, but not for playing games. It's just like a controller on your phone almost. It's like using a screen.
Exactly. I wasn't very impressed, and I've hated, like, ever since people have started doing the virtual keyboard thing. I've hated it.
It's state of the art, though.
What?
This is state of the art.
Yeah, it totally is. I mean, I like that tech, like the whole hover tech. That's cool. in this particular application, I don't know.
It's called. They're talking about touch screens use one of two kinds of sensing tech, right? Either mutual capacitance, which precisely senses individual touch points, or self-capacitance, which crudely detects finger further away from the controller, but does not enable multiple detection, causing a ghosting interference. Interesting. Z-Touch is what they call it, offers the best of both worlds, effectively solving the ghosting problem by changing the traditional grid layout to a dot matrix layout and developing special algorithms to analyze new data. It has become the first multi-touch technology that precisely senses conductive objects, like fingers, up to 1.2 inches away from the pad with sub-pixel resolution.
It's because we're all Cylons, and we're giving off little electronic signals.
Yeah. Did you see the dig at the ooh yeah? Can I screen share this real quick?
Oh yeah, do that. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Ooh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. So
that is a ginger and a half.
Ooh yeah.
If anybody's interested, I mean, if this sounds cool to you, or you just want to play with the tech,
$149?
Yeah.
For a box and one.
All their early bird specials are still available.
$200 if you want a box and two controllers. $179 you get the box, one controller, and a protective carrying case for when you have to stop your friends from punching you for bringing that over instead of a PS4 or something.
Exactly. The box is kind of neat. I mean, it's nice basically box. Yeah, it's a great box. I think you should just think of it like you're buying the box, and
I'm gonna actually email them and ask them how much for just the box, like just the carrying case.
Yeah, do that.
You say I'll pledge, but I just want the carrying case. Is that?
Oh, so sad.
What?
MB in the chat says that he just discovered the Ouya last week and donated $150, and now this comes out.
Huh? How do you? Wait, what? How did you do that? Yes, Kickstarter is like, they see me trolling. Stop trolling, MB. You should get one of these and then send it to me.
Yeah, do that.
They also have shirts that are signed by the goat. Now, I don't know if that means somebody put their balls all over it, like the goat, like from that movie, or if it's like they have a goat that's actually like signing stuff. I don't know. But yeah, there you go.
That'd be messed up.
Like, this smells like balls and a goat. That's weird. I do like the name Zero.
Zero.
Zero. Zero. Zero.
Zero. Yeah, you just have to say it really fast.
All right. Let's see. Are you familiar with Android for Work? Ars Technica had an article reviewing its dual persona and it coming support for Android. Are you down with this? You use your Android at work, don't you?
Unfortunately, I use iPhone at work.
Ooh, that is unfortunate.
Yeah, but I had I had a black phone briefly, like I was messing around with it, and before I mailed it back, I got to mess with the latest software update, which has something similar to this, where you had the ability to have the black phone secure operating system part, and then you you look like you're dying on video, and then you had the then you could have like your personal space where you could install anything you wanted.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was amazing, Matt. Let me tell you.
I'm fine. No, that is cool. If I had to deal with that would be cool.
Yeah, I like the idea of being able to keep, like, if you were really using your phone for work, having those two separate spaces, I think would be nice. So yeah.
Could you just not set up a user, like different user accounts? I mean, instead of doing this, like you could just have a work user and then your regular user, assuming they each have their own account. Like a.
I mean, I guess you could. How quick is the switching between the two?
Probably not as quick as just having them like this, but.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you that when I was using the black phone stuff, it was very fast. It was just
really.
Okay, swipe down. Like, I want to go here. Maybe a couple seconds transition.
That's decrypting, or it's encrypting and then decrypting and then re-encrypting when you switch between them, right? Like it's going through all of that.
I don't know if it is. I mean, because you're doing the decrypting right up front when you turn the phone on.
Ah, right.
But I mean, there could be some other layer there.
Neat. I like the admin console that they have. Gives you a nice web interface. I'll show you a little shot of that real quick because it's kind of pretty, I think here. So you can go to admin.google.com or whatever your thing is for your Google Apps, and then you just deal with it all right there. Right there, Irk, right there.
Now, this admin console, this lets you manage multiple users, or just you?
All of it. Look at all the users.
Oh my god.
No, that might be an apps thing. It says the apps dashboard. I don't use apps yet. I was thinking about doing it, but I don't know. I feel like the way we do it right now is not very good because like everything forwards to Gmail, and I feel like maybe Gmail doesn't like getting all of that mail and maybe treats some of it as like I'm not going to send that right now. So I don't know. I feel like that apps might be a better way to connect the domain to it as far as handling all of that. But
Oh, this is fun. You can very easily send out the "you're fired" message and wipe the phone at the same time. Isn't that
you're
special?
fired. This message will self-destruct your device in 3, 2, middle finger, bye.
Exactly.
That's pretty bad, if you ask me.
Yeah, and I'm looking right now. Somebody asked if you can send notifications to multiple users at once. Oh, well, thanks, Google. Your stupid website doesn't let you look. I'm not sure, but I would think that something like that would be available.
Because the notifications are connected to the user account, right? Because that's all your Gmail account. Could you add?
You can send out special notifications like the "you're fired."
Well, sure.
But I'm not sure, like, if in the admin console you have the ability to send out, like, I don't know, like, hey, it's a snow day, don't come to school, like that sort of stuff.
Nice.
I'm unsure.
Pretty cool. Be interested to play a little bit with it if I end up going the apps route. I don't know. We'll see. We just got switched over to a new server finally. Yeah. All that. Let me give you a little like word of advice. Don't do that in the middle of like moving and shit. Like that was the worst. And then having to like hop on their support and be like, "Will you whitelist this IP address?" Like, well, what are you doing? I'm in the middle of moving. Thanks.
I thought you were just gonna stop with, just don't do that.
Yeah, you
should. Like I didn't know you were gonna go with, don't do that while you're moving.
Yeah. Also, just don't. In
general, it's bad.
Just don't.
Well, it doesn't seem like the Google apps. That's not expensive, is it? Like $5?
I haven't even looked into it. Maybe I get it free with all my stuffs.
Maybe.
All right, one more before we wrap this up. Google, Samsung, Amazon have all released patches for this flaw in Android that puts personal data at risk for millions. Nearly half of Android devices vulnerable to an attack that could replace a legitimate app with malicious software that can then pretty much do whatever, but it collects your sensitive data. 49.5% of Android users are still vulnerable. Google said it has not detected attempts to exploit the flaw. A malicious app installed using the vulnerability called Android Installer Hijacking would have full access to a device, including data such as usernames, passwords, all that fun stuff. The company wrote 2 exploits that take advantage of the flaw, which involves how APKs are installed, as in third parties. So I guess if, you can either do that and trust everything and maybe get burned. I don't know. I do it. I don't get burned, but it happens, I guess. Watch what you download as far as apps. They say apps downloaded from third parties place the APK installation files in a device's unprotected local storage, like an SD card. From there, a system app called Package Installer finishes the installation. The flaw allows an APK file to be modified or replaced during installation without anyone knowing. So that's no good.
Yeah, so it doesn't verify the file. That's special.
Yeah.
What are you downloading that you'd be afraid of this?
The new YouPorn app? I don't know.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
So here, let me lay it out for you as they laid it out for me here in the script. An attack would basically go down this way, right? A user downloads what appears to be, at first glance, a legit app. The application asks for all the permissions on the device. Basically, during that process, they found it was possible to swap or modify the APK in the background because package file installer fails to verify it. Oops.
So you could be downloading an app that says, I don't need any permissions. So you say, okay, install.
And then as it's installing, it's like, oh, except for I brought my friends. Come on, guys.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
hey, can my friend come too?
Can all of us just come in here? Is that cool?
Yeah.
You guys got room? Oh well, that's cool. I mean, it'll get fixed, I'm sure. Or just
So this has been fixed though for a while. It's been fixed since 4.4.
But not everybody has been updated.
Oh, that's right. Well, but Google published a patch, so I guess if your manufacturer or somebody isn't patching it, they're dicks. Get a different phone. Quit buying blue phones.
Right? You get what you pay for. All right. Well, Eric, great show. What's the email address?
Our email address is show@attackoftheandroids.com.
Damn, it's like you had that memorized waiting for me. That's pretty cool. Find us on Stitcher and coming soon. Where are we going to be?
Hopefully coming soon, TuneIn Radio. I just sent off all of the necessary information to make that happen.
Get tuned up and then tune in. It's good.
That's right.
And
you can say, hey, Alexa, play Attack of the Androids.
Ooh, and it will. Nice.
I actually just activated her. I heard her in the background.
Yes, Eric? I can't find that show.
That show sucks. Playing different show.
I'll play it. I like this show. This one's my favorite.
It's just 00011110011.
Right?
That's
just
hilarious.
Dumb robot jokes. Ha 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 ha. Awesome. Well, attackoftheandroids.com, that's the site. Check us out on iTunes. Leave us a review. We would really appreciate that. And hang out on Facebook and Google Plus with us. On Twitter, we got an account there too as well. So make sure to follow all that fun stuff. And we'll catch y'all next week on Thursday for another episode. Have a great evening.
Bye.